It's been 1 month since my son called me into my office and said, I want to quit my job to make TikToks for a living. I was not impressed. It's disappointing. However, I listened to his pitch and we went through the numbers. He believes that if he continues on this path, he'll be able to afford his dream car, an Audi TT RS, by the time he's 21. On this episode, he'll learn the true value of money.
From an £8,000 profit will be a £2,000-3,000 loss.
How to flip cars.
Oh my days.
And that life sometimes has other plans.
You're supposed to be making money.
Yeah.
But you've now got £4.5 grand to make up.
My goal was to be able to save £1,000 a month, and I smashed that goal. I made 2,000 from TikTok Live, 200 from TikTok videos, and 350 from jobs for my dad. However, insurance, petrol, MOT, a new tyre, going out, food, subscriptions, my phone bill, gifting back on TikTok, and a new sub in my car. But that wasn't even the worst bit. Stay tuned to see that later.
Monday morning, I'm meant to be at work, but I've had to take a slow drive to SAFTEY tyres because I've got a puncture. It's a good way to start the week.
This is nothing compared to what happened later on in the month. I'm £60 down, haven't even had breakfast yet. Big up the SAFTEY tyres for coming in clutch and sorting out my tyre last minute. And you know my dad has to say something about this.
So my son just walked into the office. He's late. Oh, here he is, love.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Morning.
It was afternoon. You're an hour and a half late. It's not a good way to start, is it?
It's not my fault though.
Well, it's not your fault, but it is. It's like saying...
It's out of my control.
Okay, it's like saying the dog ate my homework. Is that what we used to do at school as well?
Yeah, but I've got video evidence.
You got video evidence?
I've got
Okay,
video evidence,
fine.
I don't need my homework.
All right, cool. Anyway, can we get to work, please? Good afternoon.
Bye.
Bye. Let's hope this is not the start of, of a disaster. And we'll let him off today, but tomorrow we go again.
So the media team gave me this camera. This is what I'm going to use to film all my content. And this is a DJI Action 4. Sort of like a GoPro, just a little bit better. A lot of you don't know, but when my dad was younger, he actually used to be an actor. He was in TV shows like EastEnders and The Bill, and he was even in the Ali G movie. But I'll let him tell you the story on that because it's a bit mad. And even though we've been on camera since we were little, his confidence does not run in the family. This is my 1 week update. This week, next week, and if I want to be successful on social media, I need the help from the media team which do all my dad's videos.
First thing I would say to think about is how you use social media and then reverse engineer that.
If you do something silly just to go viral, it's not always the best thing to do. You want people to stay for your content and also come back for your content.
Get the word viral out of your head because viral means different things to different people.
We're going to teach you a process of how to do video, to optimize how you can film, edit, script, and create just the content in general.
You've got access to a life that a lot of people don't have. You've got access to cars, people that you've met,
camera equipment, mics,
the space to film downstairs,
your dad's ideas, us behind the scenes.
Take advantage of it, but because you have a head start doesn't mean that everyone else is not trying to keep up. All right, cool, let's get to work.
So they gave me a lot to think about. Now I need to start filming and editing. I've never edited a video in my life, so this is all new to me. I saw in the comments on the last video, some of you confused how I make money off TikTok. Let me explain that to you. This is a breakdown on how I made over £2,000 this month. Now I've got over 10,000 followers, TikTok will start paying me on videos that are over a minute long. So my lowest has been 39p per 1,000 views and my highest has been 52p per 1,000 views. And that might not seem like a lot, but when the video does over 100,000 views, it all adds up. And I've made £200 so far. And the other way I make money on TikTok is I go live every single day and people will send gifts and them gifts turn into money. Think of it like getting tips at a restaurant. You don't have to do it, but it's nice to and it's very appreciated. Gifts will appear on the screen as animations and you can get gifts from 1p all the way up to £450. And I've made over £2,000 of TikTok gifts just this month. I actually would have made £4,400 this month, but TikTok takes 60%. So I only ended up making 2,000, which is still really good. I've also had the option to do brand deals and sell products, but none of that has happened yet. The next thing I had to do was reduce my insurance. I'm paying £517 a month, but I need that to drop drastically. My dad called in Snap Insurance and they managed to drop my insurance from £6,900 a year all the way down to £2,600. This means I'll only be paying £216 a month. And that's still a lot for a Fiesta, but I'll take it. When I looked at my bank statements, it says I spent over £500 on food for the month. On average, that worked out to about £10 to £15 per day, just on lunch and breakfast. So I went to Costco and picked up some steak and rice and I've been cooking my own food every day. So instead of spending over £500 a month, I've dropped that to just over £100. And I couldn't go the whole month without treating myself to one thing. So I got a sub in my car. So I've got the speaker, going in the Fiesta. Don't mind the boot, it's a bit messy. Alright, I'll have no boot space. Oh, it fits good though, isn't it? So it just so happened that Rio and Dion were selling a speaker. So I picked it up and they fit it in my car for cheap. And it sounds incredible. Even though I'm making money on TikTok, I still want a guaranteed wage. So I asked my dad's friend to teach me how to flip cars. He showed me the good things and the bad things that can happen when buying a car, and he's 20 years into the game.
This is a car that I bought to fix and repair and sell on, as I have been for many years. So if you look at the car, all the way around the car, it looks absolutely immaculate. The only damage is a little bit on the front bumper. I thought, that's nice. New front bumper, grills, lovely, beautiful car there. It's got low mileage. It's obviously come on recovery truck. They couldn't start it, they told me, so we connected it all up, went to crank it over, and it sounds like there's no compression. Had a better look underneath, and what's happened is the oil cooler, where it's hit the front, the oil cooler's got a little hole in it. So whoever crashed this car might have left it running or tried to carry on driving it home, ran out of oil, and most likely, it seems like the chain has jumped a tooth, and now I've got no compression. So where it was a nice quick fix, really this needs a full engine rebuild.
So that's all stuff you didn't know about?
I didn't know about it because you just buy them through pictures, but a lot of the times they will say it doesn't start and it's got a flat battery or the pyro fuse is gone or something nice and simple to fix.
How much do you think you're going to lose on the car?
I was hoping to make £8,000 to £10,000 maximum on this car.
Okay.
Now, for me to fix it and sell it,
Yep.
if I was to break even, I would be happy.
Just break even?
Just to break even from an £8,000 profit, it probably will be a £2,000 to £3,000 loss.
Andrew's been in the game for years and he can afford to make losses. If I'm going to do this, I need someone to help me with each step of the process. But more on that later. So the month was going good. I was learning, I was earning, the comments were good on my videos, I was filming loads, editing loads, the engagement was great on my lives, my confidence has gone up loads. What could possibly go wrong? Listen, I know what you're gonna say, but this was not my fault. Again. So the first time, I got a little scuff on the rear quarter. The second time, the car ended up in a ditch. And this time, I went into a concrete fence, and it looked like I wrote off my car. So for full context, this is what actually happened. The road I'm on is a national speed limit road, and that's 60 miles per hour. But it was an icy morning, so I was doing half the speed limit and driving really carefully. As I turned the bend, I can see two vehicles blocking both sides of the road. As I started braking, I could feel my car was sliding, so I had two options. It was either go in the back of one of the cars or go into the fence. The reason I chose the fence instead of the car was because if I hit that car, my car would have been a complete write-off and the airbags would have come out. Not to mention the damage it would have caused to the driver and their vehicle. Luckily, no one was hurt. Well, apart from my Fiesta. When I got out and looked at my car, I was worried my car was going to be a complete write-off. So the first thing I did was make sure everyone was okay. So I checked on Nicholas, he seemed alright. And as I went to check on them, the driver of the van had moved his vehicle and then came back to try to talk to me. So the first thing he said to me was, "What's your insurance?" I said, "Listen mate, I haven't done anything wrong, I have not hit anyone, and you're on the wrong side of the road. Why are you asking me for my insurance?" And I'm telling you, no more than 20 seconds later, they had both driven off and not even checked if we were alright. And this is why I'm so grateful for the dash cam. Because imagine me trying to explain this to my dad. It would be impossible. Two cars parked in the middle of the road. I've got Nicholas in the car. I've hit a pole. Both cars in the scene drove off. Looks like my car's a write-off. Everything would have not gone good. And he was also in Dubai, so he would not know that it was icy that day. But I did call him and let him know that me and Nicholas were all right. I didn't know that DMO was filming at the time, and he captured his reaction.
So we were just having breakfast. Jan just got a call from his son saying that he's in an accident. I've never seen him jump up so fast in my life. See the pacing? They are fine, which is the main thing. They're speaking and stuff. But as a parent, you know, that kind of call there, Father stresses. When my kids get older, I fear this one, I'll be honest.
And I wish that was the end of the story, but it somehow got worse. So my dad called Lanterns and arranged them to bring out a truck to come collect my car. And as they was about to pull it out the fence and put it onto the truck, this happened. when it goes up the ramp. Oh my days. As he went round the same bend that I did, he seen the truck, tried to brake, but there wasn't enough time as the floor was so icy, and he's ended up flipping on his side. So a truck's just gone as well, literally just flipped. Oh, I can't, that's actually crazy. The driver was also okay. Luckily for the van driver, Lanterns was in the right spot at the right time. Or is it the wrong spot at the right time? Either way, that delayed my car by 3 hours because they had to sort out the van first as he was blocking the whole road. So they flipped him back over and he was on his way. Then they sorted out my car. You're actually not gonna believe it. My car was in way worse condition than what the van was in. Other than this. There's a little dent there, I'm not sure if that was already there. But on the side of it, literally nothing there. Tyres were alright, axles were fine, everything. No damage. The window didn't even get cracked. The van managed to drive off and carry on with his day. My car was not drivable. So Lanterns took my car to SS Accident Repair Centre in Potters Bar, and I feared the worst for what they were going to say about my car. A few days later, my dad flew back from Dubai and we went to see my car for the first time since the incident.
First of all, thank you for taking this car so quickly. That is my son Andres.
All right.
And we've got the Fiesta here. So far, what's been done to the car?
So we've assessed it for the actual mechanical side of it, just to see exactly what the problem is. Gone through obviously a blowout diagram to see what is needed for the front end, because obviously the corner is missing.
Yep. What have you found?
Passenger front wheel has been pushed back, so obviously the wishbone needs changing.
Yep.
Also the subframe has gone back, so we need to change the bolts because they're twisted. Going back to the cosmetic side of it, it's going to be the front bumper, wing, headlight, arch liner, obviously all the trimmings to do with the front bumper, which is a fog light and the fog light surround. The majority of it is just bolt on, bolt off parts, and then just painting. And then lining it all back up.
Once we do all of that, no problem, back to normal?
Yeah, we'll be back on road like good as new.
Okay, well listen, that's Sam. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much.
No worries.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then Andreas had the decision to decide whether he's going to rewrap the front bumper and the wing, or we're going to strip the whole car, but we'll find out soon.
They said it was repairable and they could have it back to me within a week. Only thing I was worrying about now was the price and who was going to pay for it. Luckily, my dad said he was going to sort it out for me, but I will have to own the money, which is fair. True to their word, SS Repair had the car ready within a week, so we went to go collect it. Half the panels are in black, but I'm going to strip it when I get back to the unit. Whatever's in black's been changed, the bumpers will be changed, the fog light, surround around the fog light. The front light, you can tell because there's no eyelid on it compared to this one. I actually have the other light in my boot. Front's been changed. Yeah, the door's blended in. Also fixed the back. There's a little dent just here. That's gone now, so that's all fixed. That's why this is black as well.
People may be asking why you're not claiming on insurance. Well, first year of driving, he's got years no claims. We're fortunate enough that there was no other cars involved. There's no personal injury, no one's claiming against you. You didn't hit any other cars, which was the best thing you possibly could have done. Unless Nicholas wants to claim against you.
Oh, it's up to him.
Which he won't. But yeah, so we're £4.5 plus VAT down. Call it £4.5 because obviously the VAT I can claim back.
Yeah. Not a very good start.
It's not a very good start. You're supposed to be making money.
Yeah.
I will pay this for you now, but you've now got £4.5 to make up. All right. Go get your car.
Thank you. A lot of you might be wondering, why doesn't my dad just pay for the car and why do I need to pay him back? But it was my car, it was my incident, so of course I've got to pay for it. I also see a lot of comments of people saying, why hasn't he got you a Lambo? First of all, I wouldn't want a Lambo as a first car. It's too risky, too quick. Plus, Ferraris are better. But I wouldn't want one of those as a first car either. Imagine the cost of running and paying for all the damages in a sports car. I think I'll stick with the Fiesta. So now I'm more in debt, and I had to think of a way to make more money. As you know, I'm on TikTok a lot. I was scrolling through the For You page, and I saw this guy. His name's Mr. Flips and he flips cars for a living. And he's got a course and he said he could help me out. So I DM'd him, we arranged a meeting and then he came down to the unit.
You know, you told me that you are looking to get a TTRS by the end of this year.
Hopefully.
Bought my dream car, enjoyed it, drove it, sold it for a nice profit. You can do the same. You can buy your Audi, enjoy it, drive it, sell it for a profit. It's doable. So this is what I do. I do this full time. I also teach people how to do it. This method that allows you to do it. All you need to do is